My name is Glenn Robleski,
I'm Wendy Kendall.
and we're both account reps here at Amazon.
So let's start with the question. Are your ad campaigns costing you more than they're worth? We hear this frustration from sellers all the time, spending big on ads, but seeing limited returns.
Exactly. It can feel like you're pouring money into a black hole. But don't worry, that's why we're here. We're here to help you flip the script.
Today's session will give you strategies to dramatically improve your ROAS, reduce that wasted ad spend, and help you find more of the right customers.
So here's what you're going to learn. We're going to learn how to discover strategic keyword targeting and manage bids more efficiently. You're also going to learn how to structure your campaigns and use optimization techniques to drive higher performance.
Awesome. And don't worry, this isn't just theory. We'll share real life examples that you can use the minute you get back to your desk.
All right, let's get smarter with those budgets.
Here's where we're going. We're going to start with keyword targeting. We're going to move into negative targeting, then manual campaigns, and finally finding new terms.
Think of all this as your optimization toolkit. Each piece works together to stretch your budget just a little further.
So every day, sellers lose sales. And it's not because their product isn't good. It's because their ads just aren't optimized.
If you wait to make changes, you're going to lose your customers to the competition because they won't wait.
And with the holidays right around the corner, now is the perfect time to fine-tune your campaigns, because waiting could cost you your biggest sales season.
Wendy, you heard they say, what is it? Procrastination is the world's most expensive ACOS?
That is the biggest truth.
All right, everyone out there, raise your hand if you've ever started a campaign and then said, uh-oh, that didn't go as planned. Right?
Yep, we know how you feel. Low sales, confusing dashboards, feeling impatient. We've all been there.
Here's the truth though, that's completely normal. Optimization is a process. It's not a panic button.
All right, now let's talk keyword targeting.
Because just throwing spaghetti at the wall, that's not a strategy, right?
Let's start with keywords. The recommendations tab is your best friend. Seriously, it's like the campaign whisperer you didn't know you needed.
Totally, it's powered by AI. So it's scanning your campaign 24/7 and basically saying, hey, here's a little tweak that can improve your ROAS. It's a little performance coach that just doesn't sleep.
And the best part is you don't have to jump through hoops to use it. We're talking one-click implementation. You see a suggestion, boom, click, done. Instant time saver.
Especially if you're juggling a ton of ASINs. It's going to make suggestions that are tailored to your business and your specific goals. You want to increase sales? Totally cool. You want to offload your inventory? Also cool. It adapts.
It even goes beyond what you're already running. It'll even identify new campaigns you might not have even thought of. It's like a brainstorming buddy that happens to know a lot about ad strategy.
All right, and for your existing campaigns, it's going to run through those as well and offer areas of improvement. It's like a little tune-up instead of, a little tune-up here, change there. It all makes a big impact in the end.
Plus, it's powered by machine learning, so it keeps getting smarter the more it works with your data. It's not guessing, it's evolving and learning with your business.
And speaking of smart, it digs into everything. It's going to optimization, product page optimizations. It's going to give you suggestions on low conversion products, highlights to improve your ROAS, and even gives you a 14-day forecast, so you're not flying blind.
Honestly, it's like having a full analytics team in one tab. And best part of all, it's just there to help you make decisions smarter and faster.
So if you haven't tried it out, now's the chance. Let AI do some of the heavy lifting for you.
And the impact is real. Advertisers who leaned into sponsored products saw a 34% sales growth within 4 weeks.
34% in 1 month? Now that's kind of math I like.
Totally. All right, so now that we talked about finding the right keywords,
Let's talk about the ones you don't want showing up.
negative targeting is basically the Marie Kondo of keyword strategy. It clears the clutter.
Exactly. If a search term doesn't spark conversions, it's out.
Now, let's talk bid adjustments. This is such a powerful lever and often underused.
Absolutely. If you're crushing it in top of search, let's give it a boost. Use bid placements to adjust. Use your bid adjustments to push harder where you're winning, and then pull back where you're not doing so hot.
And on the flip side, like Glenn just said, if the placement isn't performing, pull back. Easy fix with a big impact.
Huge impact. So the same goes for your keyword bid adjustments. If exact match is converting, but broad match is just eating spend, shift your bids accordingly.
It's all about match type optimization. You want your bids aligned with what's actually performing. It's never just set it and forget it.
These little tweaks here and there, think of it as a tune-up instead of rebuilding the engine.
All right, Glenn, let's talk match types. And no, I'm not talking about dating apps. We're talking keyword match types.
Although a match here can be just as life-changing, especially if, I don't know, let's say you're selling something like 400 count sheets, cotton sheets, Doppler brand. That sounds fancy, right?
Yeah, nothing says luxury like a tightly woven keyword strategy. Let's break it down for them.
All right, so first up, we've got close match. This is your on-the-nose customer. You're selling exactly what they're buying.
So someone here is going to type in Doppler, 400 count cotton sheets. That is a perfect match. They know exactly what they're looking for. You just need to show up.
Your bid here can be a little bit more aggressive. Shoppers are your low-hanging fruit.
Then there's loose match. Think of this as like your window shopper. They might type in something like soft queen bed sheets or high thread count bedding.
It's not an exact match, but close enough that you want to be there. Just not as high of a bid price until they're ready to commit.
Now, substitutes. These are customers looking at your competitors. So maybe they're going to type in something like cloud weave, 400 thread count bedding.
This is where it gets really spicy. These are the sellers that you can swoop in and say, hey, have you ever tried Doppler? Could be worth bidding if your product page stands out.
And finally, there's compliments. These are your accessory searches. These are your customers looking for something like down comforters or pillowcases, and you pop in with sheets.
You're not directly competing, but you're in the conversation. It's great for cross-selling or bundling. Just watch out with your bids. You don't want it to get away from you.
So think of each match type based on different levels of intent. The closer the match, the higher the likelihood they'll buy. So your bidding should reflect that.
Because when it comes to match types, just blanketing your strategy like a set of sheets is not a solution.
I see what you did there. You're so clever, that Glenn. Now, negative targeting. This is where you could save yourself some money.
Exactly. You wouldn't buy a billboard in the wrong city. It's the same idea here. Don't spend on irrelevant search terms.
This is where you're going to block those costly keywords, exclude weak ASINs, and irrelevant brand matches.
Think of it like your spring cleaning. Once you clear the clutter, your best performing ads will do even better.
Once you know it works, double down on manual campaigns.
So your auto campaigns, it's like fishing with a net. We're gonna grab anything that's out there biting. Manual campaigns, though, that's where we're using a spear. We're going exactly after what we know converts.
And advertisers using both keyword and product targeting saw more impressions, more clicks, and more conversions than keyword-only campaigns.
That sounds like control and efficiency in action.
All right, let's talk strategic manual targeting, a smarter way to take control of your ad spend.
This is where you take what's doing well in your auto campaigns and then move it off into a manual campaign where you can really give it a focused home and, kind of really lean into those.
Here is why it matters. You're gonna put budget behind your proven winners. You're gonna control bids on high converting ROAS, or conterms, I guess. And you get better ROAS by focusing on what's driving results.
Plus, you're cutting out that spend on stuff that just isn't performing.
Start by checking your auto campaigns. Find the search terms that are actually converting.
Then build a manual campaign around it. And this gives you, like I said, tighter control around your targeting and spend.
So keep an eye on performance, adjust your bids, test your match types, and scale what's working.
If a term keeps delivering in auto, that's your cue. Move it over to manual and spotlight it.
This step gives you the control you need to scale with confidence.
All right, let's start with some basics. When you see high ROAS, that's your green light. It's time to capture more sales.
Right? It's all about fine tuning. Boost the keywords and targets that are already killing it.
And just as important, pull back on those that are just wasting your money.
Exactly. Look for signals to show up what's helping the customer actually buy.
Use your search term reports like a playbook. Move your top performers into manual keywords and take a little bit more control.
And don't forget about those negative keywords. Cut out any irrelevant spending or underperforming to keep your campaigns sharp.
So you want to keep a close eye on your orders, sales, and ACOS. Those are your cues to move something over to manual campaigns and really the relevance to good performance here.
Plus, make sure your campaigns, your product search really matches your product, because product relevance really matters in search terms.
So it's simple. Raise where you're winning and lower where you're not. Stay focused on what's working.
So think of it as like managing a team. Give more playtime to your star players, bench the ones who aren't delivering, and keep adjusting that lineup for the best results.
My fantasy team needs some help. Maybe you
Yeah.
give me a little help later.
No problem. I'd be happy to.
All right, so here's the secret sauce. I know you guys all came in wanting to know what is the magic. When advertisers use both keyword and product targeting together, things really start to cook.
We're talking 14% more impressions. That's like getting extra shelf space on Amazon without paying for a bigger store. Then you move into 15% more clicks. More shoppers are curious enough to check you out. And the best part, 11% more conversions. More eyeballs, more clicks, more carts.
So instead of choosing between keyword and product targeting, think of them as peanut butter and jelly. Both good on their own, right?
Yeah.
But way better together. If we want maximum reach, we need to run with both of them together.
Let's walk through how optimizing bids can drive sales growth.
Okay, so let me, if I remember correctly, right? It starts with ROAS, right? We want to see where it's already strong. These are our top performing areas, and where we want to double down, right?
Yep. And by increasing bids in those areas, your ads will become more competitive. And this leads to a stronger visibility across placements.
But that visibility becomes impressions, and that opens up doors to clicks, right?
Yep. And from there, the increase in traffic can lead to higher conversions, especially if your product detail pages and pricing are dialed in.
So all of that combined together contributes to meaningful lift in sales and revenue over time.
Yep. And this is about scaling what's working. You're going to amplify your best performers to accelerate your growth.
Makes sense. So quick recap here. I know we're moving quick. The 3 targeting types we've covered so far.
Automatic targeting is the first one we covered. So it's great for discovery. And this one, Amazon's going to handle the targeting for you. It'll help identify which keywords and/or products are performing.
Next, we moved on to manual targeting. It's where you get a little bit more control. You take your top performing keywords from your auto campaign, you move it on to its own, where you can really double down and apply your strategy a little bit more directly for more precision and ultimately budget efficiency.
And then there's negative targeting. This is how you're going to refine your campaigns. You're going to cut low performing or irrelevant terms so your spend stays focused on what's actually converting.
So together, these 3 tools give you a strategic framework to test and optimize your campaigns efficiently.
So, how do you keep your campaigns fresh? You find new terms.
Hey, how do we find new terms? All right, for you brand registered sellers out there, your brand analytics portal is going to be the key. It's going to give you insights to your search term index and kind of point you in the right direction. It's all there. You just have to go review it and apply it. For non-brand registered, no problem. We can still do the same thing using your auto campaigns and search term reports as your playbook.
The important thing here is don't stop testing. It's kind of like going to the gym. You can't work out once and be like, I am fit forever.
Oh, I wish it worked that way.
I know, right? Now, let's look at where we're showing up where it matters most. Top of search. This is your prime real estate on Amazon. And this report will tell us exactly what customers are typing in, what brands they're clicking, and how often they're winning those clicks.
You can see here we get visibility into the search terms that is really driving traffic. We can see which shoppers are clicking on and who our competition is. And this way we can also see information on ASINs like click share and even conversion share. This is like your scoreboard for every keyword, right?
Perfect. Because it's not just data, it's actually a roadmap. If you're not owning the top of search for high volume terms, we know exactly where to invest. And if we own it, we can double down. So make sure that no one else takes that top spot. So think of it as like playing offense and defense at the same time. Another reason why I'm going to be better at your fantasy than.
I mean, I got money on the table. I will take all the help. So sellers who won these top spots saw 2.46x sales. It's 146% lift.
And think about it, Glenn. When was the last time you actually scrolled to page 3 of search results?
There's a page 3? Not very often, I guess.
All right, let's recap. You're going to target smartly, you're going to cut waste, and keep testing new terms.
And remember, ads aren't just set it and forget it. They're like plants, actually. You've got to water them.
Do that, and you'll see both budget efficiency and sales growth.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got the playbook.
Now go win the game.
And remember, you're not alone here. There are a ton of resources to help you keep leveling up.
From Amazon Ads Academy to Amazon's Partner Network to Seller Central, you've got a whole toolkit at your fingertips.
Our hope is that today you walk away with not just ideas,
But the confidence to put them into action.
but most of all, thank you for joining us.
Yep, thanks for coming, everyone. It was nice meeting you.